Welcome live here to Racing Hotspot Weekend Roundup. The date is March 1st, 2015. This is the first time Racing Hotspot's making a return to Tuesdays. The last couple weeks we've been on Wednesdays because of weather and show, nothing NASCAR weather related, but up here it's been kind of snowy. So tonight I am your host, Devin Poslusny. Dave will be joining us a little later on Skype. He is decided to stay home because he thinks he's getting a cold. Let's look at our show lineup here. Motorsports in 60, Supercross, NASCAR. We'll do the top 5. Then we'll come back. We'll talk about Dave's notes. Then we'll go to the points championship and we'll go to the final lap. Motorsports in 60. 60-second clock has started. Here we go. The Heinzen 250 was raced on Saturday afternoon. The NASCAR NASCAR Xfinity Series raced that race. Here's the top 5. Finishing 5th was Chase Elliott. Chris Buescher finished 4th. Ty Dillon finished 3rd. Joey Logano finished 2nd. And Kevin Harvick won the race. Sorry. Got ahead of myself. The Hunt. Oh boy. Hyundai, I messed that up, sorry. Construction Equipment America's Incorporated 200 was raced Saturday night. That's the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race. Here's the top 5. Finishing 5th, Tyler Reddick. Daniel Suarez finished 4th. Ben Kennedy finished 3rd. Ty Dillon finished 2nd. And Matt Crafton won the race. We'll have their next races coming up. Dave and I will talk about their races after the break when we have him for his notes. Supercross, it kind of looks like a white screen over on that area, but we created a little podium setup. Here is the 250 Supercross top 3. Finishing 3rd was Justin Bogle. Finishing 2nd, Jeremy Martin. And Marvin Musquin won the race. I'm sorry if I pronounced their names wrong. 450 Supercross, which is kind of like the Cup Series if you're trying to relate it to. It's Cup Series is the 450 and Xfinity Series is the 250s. 450 Supercross, Trey Canard finished 3rd, Eli Tomac finished 2nd, and Ryan Dungey won that race. So here we go. NASCAR. The Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Here's the top 5 from this race. Matt Kenseth finished 5th. Joey Logano finished 4th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 3rd. Kevin Harvick finished 2nd. And Jimmy Johnson won the race. Now, that's going to bring us to our first and only break. On the other side of the break, we'll have Dave on Skype. And we will talk about the NASCAR weekend. Also, we'll look at the points championship and the final lap. So until we see each other on this side of the break, we'll be right back. Welcome back live here to Racing Hotspot Weekend Roundup. I now bring in my partner in crime, Dave Poslusny. How are you doing today, Dave?
Well, all right. The only reason I'm on Skype, or Google Hangouts, or whatever it is we're using, is because I have not been feeling well for the last couple of days, and I don't want to spread the wealth. So, unfortunately, this week I have to come through to you guys on the screen in the corner.
Well, we're glad to have you on regardless, because the show would be like 5 minutes if it was just me. So, here we go. We already... I know that, but you lengthen the show. It's good. It's good. It's a good lengthening.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we already went over the top 5 from the Xfinity, the trucks, and the Sprint Cup Series. How Were the races in your eyes watching them? Like, note-wise. Uh-oh. Hello?
There he is, Devin. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I don't know what's going on. What do you think is the problem? Should I stop trying to use the phone, or?
Well, it seems to be coming in. I know on the laptop it seems to be a little bit more stable and responsive.
Well, is there a way to switch over?
I don't believe so.
Hang on a second. I'm call, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really good at this. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something.
Okay. Yes.
Can you see me?
No, I see you on the phone. So maybe close out on the phone and I will bring you up on the computer.
Alright, the only problem with that is now I have no notes, but it is what it is. I don't know, I read them anyway, so. So you can see me even though there's a line? I'm confused. Hold on.
Yeah, it says that you joined as from
Alright, ready to join video call, join. Pressing the button. Yeah, I'm pressing. Oh, that was good. I just pressed my screen like it's a touch screen.
You're getting a behind-the-scenes look at Racing Hotspot here.
Yeah, right. I don't know what happened. That just okay. Hold on.
Okay. Hello. Hey, there he is.
Am I? Because I'm not even looking at a decent screen here. I'm looking at confusion.
Okay.
There's a big thing. All right. Well, hey, there you go. All right.
Yeah, we got you
All
now.
right. So it looks like as of right now we have 3 of us on there, 2 of me and 1 of you. The phone has been shut down. I'm not sure why. I'm still showing. Okay, hold on. Ignore. And it's still there though.
It's not showing up on my screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got 3 of us. I got me in your sister's hat from the summertime when we were over at Kim's house. You, and then, well, it's saying you, but it means me. So, whatever. I don't know. I don't know why the phone's still hanging in there. It shouldn't be. Yeah. Whatever. So we're on.
Well, take 2. So, you. By the way, you can still look at your notes when you're on Google Hangouts. You know that, right? Google's Hangout is being very, what's the word? Temperamental. As you can see, it froze.
It's my internet.
Oh.
I just looked at the router.
Yes.
It's up on top of the TV, and when we froze, I just happened to look up at it, and it only had 2 dots instead of the 4 it's supposed to have. So it may be something like a loose connection or something like that because it's very windy out.
There you go. What?
Which means I may lose internet. All right. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me ask you a question. Well, you got school tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Game school always getting in the way of things.
I know.
Well, I don't know. We're working right now, so I don't. I'm thinking I'll come over to your house tomorrow, but if we can keep this going right now, I've got 4 dots and a running orange blinky dingy, so we're good.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the issue is. And in regards to my notes, I could actually look at them on my phone.
There you go. So we'll just go until we lose you.
Well, let's hope we don't lose me.
Well, no, I know that, but there you go.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? I've never done this on my phone, so I don't know how to use it. Alright, WRU31, that's the show thing, right?
The show notes, yes.
Yeah, so I want to look at my notes.
Yep.
Open docs. Sorry about this, guys.
We'll leave it in. Why not?
Alright.
Okay.
I've got notes. I'm going to keep looking off to the side, but I've got no. There you go. Except I just blocked myself. There you go. I'm sorry. I just don't want to get anybody sick. I'm not sure what's going on. I got a backache.
The show's going to be like 5 hours, and the bulk of it is us going to try to figure out our connections. So, folks, this is something that might happen tonight. We might freeze in and out.
Okay, we're back.
All right, and we're back. I just told them that we might freeze in and out throughout the show. I'm going to bring up your notes.
If the internet for some reason is going in and out, that probably means that eventually I'm going to lose it. There's probably a loose wire. I don't know if our fans know where we live, but
They do.
It's been a rough winter, and it's not that unusual to lose power or internet. Anything on a wire.
Basically. Well, I'm going to bring up your notes as well. This way, if we do, like, if you freeze, I can continue. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. Xfinity Series race, Saturday afternoon. Take it away.
I enjoyed it. It was basically a pretty clean race all the way through, if I'm not incorrect.
No, you're right.
Unfortunately, did not get to watch the whole thing. I was rather busy that day, but again, I take care of several different properties, so there's a lot of work for me to do. And I had one of my neighbors was coming up to spend a week up here, and I had to make sure his stuff was all clear. But no, it's I personally believe Matt Crafton well-deserved winning. Definitely earned that one, without a doubt. Beyond that, I had a question for you, which kind of confused me, and I wasn't really sure what had happened, but Daniel Suarez.
Yes.
All right. Great day for him in the 51. But why, at the end of the day, did they show no points?
No what?
No points. He didn't have any points accumulated.
Because I didn't watch the truck race. I was at a hockey game. But
Now see how you are?
hey, I was watching on your dish anywhere, kinda. Yeah, thank you for that. I was at the hockey game watching parts of the truck race. Anyways, he might have selected the Xfinity Series to gain points in. If you remember correctly, NASCAR said you had to choose one series you're going to choose a race for the championship in. So, Daniel might have said, you know what, I want to race for the championship in the Xfinity Series. This is going to be a long show, folks.
Wow, that was really getting on my nerves. I don't know if you can see me looking up when I come back, but that's because I'm staring at the modem.
Yes. So, NASCAR said that drivers can only run for one championship. And Daniel might have decided for the Xfinity Series to run for the championship in that. and not the truck race, not the truck series.
Oh, okay. No, that explains it all. All right, excellent. Thank you. I appreciate you clearing that up.
No problem. I'm actually gonna, while you're talking, I'm bringing up the nation or Xfinity standings just to confirm that I'm on the right track.
Oh, it would be the same thing as if Kyle Busch was running it.
Yeah, basically.
Which no points because he's a Cup driver.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, that makes complete sense.
All right, I'm glad I made complete sense for once.
It happens here and there.
So yeah, I'm just bringing up the standings. Keep on going for Saturday recap.
As for what do we have? Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right, because you're popping in and out of me and freezing up.
Don't worry, we got you.
Reality, I have the same problem you have, where I didn't catch the. Which race did I not catch? I'm confused here. Hold on a second.
Daniel Suarez is running for Xfinity Championship.
Okay.
Just
So I must be referring, obviously, to the. Somebody's trying to call me. Obviously, the. Did I say okay Google now? Because my phone just went into it.
I guess so.
Sunset Towers. What?
What? Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Okay, so like I said, oh, he's back.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay.
This is very, very annoying.
Yes.
Gotta love technology. But,
Yes.
I only appear to have notes on the truck series. And I'm not sure why. I'm thinking that you didn't give me anything for that?
I'm looking at notes that you have for the Xfinity series. Once again, Cup driver stinking up with a 1-2 finish.
I see it. Yep, I see it. But it's not coming down on my screen for some reason. So hold on 1 second while I make an adjustment. Please bear with us, folks.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not allowing me to do this. It could have something to do with the internet. I don't know because I'm dealing with Google. Now I have lost everything.
Okay.
Hold on. And the following. I just did that. Yeah, for some reason I cannot get the notes to slide down on my phone. You know?
So, folks, just to give you an idea of what's going on outside, we have Welcome back.
Did you hear anything I just said?
No.
Alright. I'm going to try something. I'm going to shut the phone down altogether and see if maybe I'm just overwhelming the internet thing. I don't know.
Okay.
So, give me a moment here. It's all wireless, just so you folks know. And apparently, maybe I am I'm hitting the wireless router too hard. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure my roommate's probably on her computer. So let's get out of this and see what we got. And so far, so good. If I remember my notes properly, one of the things that I was saying, again, The Cup driver that's thinking it up, 1-2 finish. Okay, the only guy I give credit to was he who finished in third, which I believe was what was it, Ty Dillon?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. See, my memory does work. Woo. Anyway, bottom line though, what I did note this weekend, and it only really confirms what I've been saying about the guys being the Cup guys being in the series. They're now saying that the cars are almost identical between the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. A lot of drivers said that. I don't know if you caught that. Kevin Harvick being one of them.
To continue what I was saying before, it's windy, it's snowy.
I lost you, man, didn't I?
You did.
All right, where was I?
One of the drivers saying that the cars are identical, one of the people being Harvick.
Right. Well, what I was actually trying to say there is that it was actually talked about by other drivers also. Jeff Gordon mentioned it. Jimmy Johnson mentioned it. Even though they don't run in the Xfinity Series, they obviously talked to other drivers who are saying the same thing. Now, here's my thing. If the cars are that similar, well, then under a technicality, if they're running the Xfinity Series, that's kind of like cheating, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then NASCAR's got to do something about that. I do believe that each series should be limited to the series. I understand where they, went along and took out the whole points picture. But the bottom line is, if, I don't know, let's say Kyle Busch has the chance to run the Xfinity.
So it's windy and rainy outside, which is causing the power lines up here to sway and move, which is causing connections to be loosened and yeah.
You back?
I am back.
Yeah, this is really getting annoying. Hold on, I want to try something.
Okay.
I want to see if I can knock out the internet from my phone, and if I can get 4G, I'm just going to do this from my phone. This way, we're on satellite and not a wire.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking it's because of the wind.
Okay.
We have. I don't know if you guys have it over there, but we're having some really, really nasty wind right now. Settings. Wi-Fi off. All right. I have 4G, so I'm going to call you right back. All right.
All right.
Well, actually, should I even do that, or should I just go ahead and hang on? There's two now. Well, I'm sorry. I'm old. I don't understand this stuff. That's gallery, dude. Hangouts.
So the wind and rain and snow. Hey!
Yep.
We got you.
All right. Now, do you actually have me?
I am looking at from about the. Hey, they.
I'm gonna hang up.
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. We are now using the wonderful world of Verizon technology because we are on 4G. We're no longer on internet or anything like that, so we should stop losing each other, which is great because I actually get to play with my notes now on my computer.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Again, as I was saying, and I'm not sure where I was, but several drivers had said, several drivers that were in the Xfinity race and the Cup race had said the same thing, and even older drivers who don't even race the Xfinity were saying the same thing. And I think that Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson were probably trying to push the point that maybe they shouldn't be allowed. Now, they never actually said that, but to me, at this point in time, if the two series are going to mesh that closely, well, then it's not really fair for the guys that aren't running both, because you can gain experience and whatnot racing the day before and then bring that with you. Although I haven't seen any of that yet, but it could very well be. I mean, these crew chiefs and whatnot, they're pretty smart. So they're going to be watching all of this. They're going to start looking at the data, and they're going to be going, okay, well, if we do this, maybe that'll give us an edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think at this point in time, and it's probably not going to happen this year, but NASCAR is going to have to do something there. If the cars are that close, then they should not be running both. Oh, by the way, I like this shirt the best.
All right. But I agree with you.
Sorry, it's out. Well, look at that. You can't miss that.
I agree with you.
Anything.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you, though. The Cup guys probably shouldn't be in the Xfinity Series at all. I understand where it could be an advantage to the Xfinity drivers like Chase Elliott and Ty Dillon because you get to run with the upperclassmen, but the upperclassmen dominate. You know what I mean? Like, if I was Brad Keselowski, let's say, maybe instead of going up front and dominating, maybe make my car a little worse. This way I can be in the back of the pack with these Xfinity guys. This way they're actually learning how I'm racing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So...
Devin, you know, I've been saying it forever. I don't believe these guys... Actually, I was totally and absolutely pro no points. Because, you know, I don't think it's ever been done that somebody won the Nationwide Series. I'm sorry, Xfinity Series. Still trying to get used to it, folks. Sorry. The Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. I don't think that's ever happened.
In the same year?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, Keselowski did it in 2010 and then won in 2012. But in the same year,
But in the same year, I don't think anybody's ever done it. But I think now you would have way better a possibility of doing that, short of the fact that you can't accumulate points. You can only accumulate points in one series, which was a good move on NASCAR's part. And I understand that at the same time they kind of need for the bigger drivers to be in it to bring it more attention. But if you're a true race fan, you're going to watch across the board anyway.
Yeah.
And I like to watch the stepping stones for these guys. You know, the younger guys in the Truck Series, the more advanced guys getting into the Xfinity Series, and then obviously the big dogs in the Cup Series when you earn your way there. So, again, what I'm saying is that, well, I don't know if you looked at the numbers, but Keselowski won the race, am I correct?
No, Harvick did.
No, that's right, it was Kevin Harvick, and Kevin Harvick took, I think it was $56,000 as opposed to third place Ty Dillon, who only took $34,000. I'm not exact on those numbers, so please don't hold me to it, folks, but the bottom line is, you were talking about a $20,000 difference that I'm quite positive Ty Dillon and his team could have used.
Yeah.
So, again, not only are they thinking it up, but they're also taking away the money, and they're also now learning for the Cup Series, which is basically an additional practice.
Yeah.
Now, NASCAR this year, I don't know how much you read about it, but cut out a lot of the testing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're still doing it, aren't they? By running an Xfinity car.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's now so similar.
Yeah.
So anyway, taking up too much time.
Okay.
Bottom line, that's how I feel.
All right. One other topic, or actually, let's talk about the cup race real quick. How do you feel about how the race went on Sunday?
I thought it was good. I'm not really sure that I would have started it when they did, because it seemed a little risky to me. But obviously, it worked out pretty well. There was nothing in the beginning, no wrecks or anything like that. But that track was still wet. And if you were looking at any one of the cameras that were viewing, from the cars, they were getting wet. They had to keep, running the tape by so that it would clear the camera so they could see.
Yeah.
But no, it was a pretty eventful race. Actually, I thought it was a good race. And the debris issue with the one camera, I don't know if you saw that, where the camera got shattered.
Yeah.
But they could still see because it was just the lens that got shattered. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Austin Dillon wrecked again. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, and Will Gordon. I mean, the guy cannot get a break. It's his final year. He needs to win the championship this year. That's just me being me, but still. I mean, it seems like he just can't get a break. He keeps getting taken out by other people.
Yeah, I know. And Jeff Gordon topic, we can spill right in over to what I wanted to talk about, the track safety again. And I posted something up on Facebook. You saw it. And with that wreck brings up speedway safety debate. And it does. And
now, what you put on Facebook, was that the thing about Larry McReynolds?
Oh, I just recently shared that, yeah.
Okay, because, Larry McReynolds is pretty much demanding, at this point in time, safer barriers at all tracks. And you know what? I have to agree with him. I go back to the put a helmet on him thing, but if the safety is available, well, then they should be using it. No matter where it is, no matter what speed the track. So I got to be honest, I read the article, Larry McReynolds' article, and I believe that was on Fox TV. I'm looking for it right now. Oh, that reminds me, too. I noticed you posted something about, that's New Hampshire, never mind. Yeah, the, whatchamacallit, national anthems have been leaving a lot to be desired recently. The Gentlemen Start Your Engines. I don't exactly remember which race it was, but really, dude, I could have just been woken up and been more excited. Gentlemen, start your engines. You're like, really? Come on. Get excited about it. But yes, it was Fox Sports, NASCAR on Fox. All the excuses are nothing but the C word. Well, I guess it's not a bad word. Crap.
No.
Larry McReynolds wants safer barriers at all NASCAR tracks, and he wants them now. That's where the article started. And I did read it. And quite frankly, he's 100% right. I don't know if you saw Jeff Gordon get in the face of the officials after his wreck, but he, fortunately, had already hit something else and was slowed down, like you were saying last week, when he came back in and wound up hitting a wall with no safer barrier. He said clearly that the second hit was harder than the first hit, even though the first hit was full speed.
Yeah.
So it kind of says it all about the safer barriers.
Well, the first hit, he didn't hit a safer barrier. There was no safer barrier on the outside wall.
Yeah, what he said was that when he first, maybe you're right, I don't know, but that's actually not what he had said during his interview. He said something about the first hit was a lot softer or a lot smoother than the second hit.
Well, if you think about it, he got tagged, and then he was able to correct it and hit the wall plush. Like, he didn't hit it nose, he hit it plush, and then spun back around and hit the inside wall head on.
Okay.
So,
I'm actually looking at a picture of it right now, And yes, there is most definitely no safer barrier there.
Yeah, and
the back of the car is just like exploding in the picture.
yeah, and the thing I don't understand is why did they end the wall there? But then I thought about it. Right where that wall ends is basically where the beginning of the corner starts. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Great.
in my opinion, I feel that any area that is paved or has a short runoff of grass should have a safer barrier. Because even if they go into the corner and they spin up and they and we're moving. They go up off the corner and they spin and hit the wall and go straight down. There's no safer barrier in the inside wall, in the corners, because they feel that it's an area that's not really going to get hit. But if a wreck like Clint Boyer's wreck or Tony Stewart's wreck yesterday, where he got tagged and was sliding with the banking and then went straight down, he could have hit that inside wall. So I feel that any areas that have paved runoff or a short amount of grass should have a safer barrier or a tire barrier, maybe for the grass.
I'm going to stand right with Larry McReynolds.
No, I agree with Larry.
All walls, period. All walls at every track. If there is even the most remote possibility the driver is going to hit that wall, even if it's a 1 in 1,000 chance, it should still have a protective barrier.
Yeah, and
even if they were to do something to the extent of the tires, the tires are actually quite effective.
Yeah.
So if that potentially could save the track money, all right, then in your remote places, places where it's a very limited possibility that that's going to happen, that somebody's going to hit it, all right, put some tires in there then.
Yeah, put it along the grass areas, because the safer barrier doesn't react the same way on a grass surface than it does on pavement. So put...
You pointed that out last week.
Yeah, put the safer barrier on the paved areas, and then when you have a grass runoff, put 2, 3, 4 rows of tires. We've seen at Watkins Glen with Denny Hamlin, he came flying down the front straightaway. You probably remember this. Flying down the front straightaway, I think his brakes went. He skipped across and landed right in the tires. Granted, the front end of his car was to his windshield, but he was able to get out, and he was like, whoa, that was something else, because the tires...
It absorbed the impact, and that's what really matters.
Exactly. So...
FYI, that also happened to Jeff Gordon, that also happened to Jimmy Johnson over the years.
No, I know.
All three of the drivers we just mentioned did that exact same thing. They shot right through. Now, you've got 3 guys that have done this. Why has nothing been done to correct it? Well, that's not true, because Watkins Glen did.
Yeah.
It's not a soft ball, but the tires are thicker. It's a deeper, a deeper margin of tires instead of just I think it was 4 deep when that occurred. It's now even deeper.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about that corner is it's so tough because turn 1 is slightly banked, as you know. Turn 1 is slightly banked, so the cars basically will hit that and they'll get air, which doesn't slow the cars down.
Makes the runoff basically a waste because they jump the runoff.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Oh yeah, I've ridden my bicycle on that track, so yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Oh, I know. That's why I said that turn 1's banked. But...
like 35 years ago, but still, it happens.
Well, and then you go to a track like Sonoma, where their runoffs are very narrow. You know that. Like, through the S's, their walls are 20 feet off the track. So, and it's also, it's a faster, but it's a slower track, too, because of the corners and the, I think the S's are the quickest part of the track because it's basically turn left, turn right, turn left, and you can feather it. But with Watkins Glen, it's come off turn 11 or turn 7, and gun it down the front straightaway, then make a hard right, and then the S's up to the bus stop are wide open, basically. So
Yeah, and S's, I love how they call it S's. They go straight through them.
yeah, I know.
I don't even think they turn anymore.
Yeah.
Just jumping. Gone.
But Sonoma, the road courses are a little bit different because of the runoff areas. As I had said, and you just reminded me that I had said it, safer barriers don't react the same way with dirt or grass. That's why in turn 11 or turn 7, however you want to look at it, they put in a safer barrier there, and they actually paved probably about a 4-foot area to put the safer barrier in. This way it didn't move. So, I don't know.
I agree with you 100% that it really needs to get done on all the tracks because there's too much risk there. I mean, I hate to bring up money, but these guys are worth too much money.
Yeah, exactly.
They're worth too much money to a lot of people. It's not just themselves. You know, it's not like they're being greedy and pansies or anything. There's a lot to a lot of people. I mean, they're team members, they're teammates, they're team owners, they're wives and children. I mean, there's a lot to it. And, you know, it's like I said, I'm not a big believer in put a helmet on them, but if it's there, use it.
Exactly. And the thing about these tracks is you can look at it as money and say, oh, we don't have money. But when so-and-so hits the inside wall and possibly gets injured to be taken out, well, there you go. Now the 50% of your fans aren't going to come because so-and-so got taken out. Where's your money now? It's much better.
You'll be hearing about lawsuits, so...
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't take the preventative measures. I actually just read a article about the finances and where the TV money and whatnot goes. You do realize that the track itself gets the most.
I did not know that, no.
It's actually a fact. They get, I think it's like 60 to 65% of the money that is raised for that race via the TV schedule actually goes to the track itself. And the reason they did that is because of the fact that it's they run into a attendance issue where, if I don't know if that's another thing that was part of the article, was how a lot of racetracks now are taking out a lot of seats.
Yeah.
Because, and it didn't say that in the article, it was kind of like indirectly said, but I do believe that the reason they're taking out the seats is so that they're not showing empty seats.
Yeah, it's making the tracks look fuller.
Right. So basically, what it comes down to is that the television coverage is the major part of it. It's the most important part of it. So the tracks, in order to keep making money, are making those changes by reducing the capacities, the seating capacity, so it doesn't look like they're, because they were so used to being sold out for how many years? 15?
Yeah.
20? That you couldn't even get tickets to half the tracks. Now you can get tickets to any track you want. I think last year, 2 tracks were sold out. One was Phoenix, and the other one was Homestead for the final race.
Which makes sense, in all honesty. Those 2 races make sense.
Agreed. But what do they do in the interim? You know what I mean? Phoenix has, 2 races, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the first race? They're not going to sell out like they would for the second to last race.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that pretty much, that race, pretty much narrowed it down to the full.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it probably sold out, because everyone was like, we have to be at this race, this way we can say that we witnessed these 4 drivers advancing.
Yeah, and especially last year, because it was most definitely history.
Yeah, exactly.
First time that was ever going to happen.
Yeah. But, I don't know. As far as the whole safety, I agree with Larry. It needs to be done. They raced Steve O'Connell of NASCAR, or O'Connell, O'Connor. You know who I'm talking about. He said that the tracks that are short term, like Phoenix, Vegas, California, I think that's the next 3 races, they're putting in tire barriers, they're putting in stuff like that, whereas tracks like us, we can't really do it right now because we're under 7 feet of snow, but when we thaw out, tracks like us are going to put in the permanent, the safer barriers this way because they have the time to. Like Daytona, they're now in the bike week down there, they're going to put in the safer barriers around the entire track. And like when NHMS thaws out, whatever they're going to do, I'm not even sure.
For the next Daytona race, they're going to be missing a whole bunch of stuff?
Yeah. The entire, the main tower is going to be gone.
Yep.
And they're going to be using the back straightaway tower.
That's going to be unusual to see, but hey, you know what? It's progress, and these things take a long time, and the season is so long and the break is so short, you ain't going to get it all done in the off season.
Yeah, exactly. And they're basically moving from turn 1 to turn 4. That's the next step in the Daytona Rising. They can't say, let's wait till November. You gotta move. So,
just sending you the link to the Larry McReynolds article.
Oh no, I have it on Facebook. I shared it.
Oh, okay.
I think you probably saw it because I shared it.
No, I'm looking at NASCAR on Fox.
Oh, then never mind. Okay, so anything else you would like to say on this past weekend's events before we move on to the points championship?
Give me 1 second. Yeah, actually. What on earth happened with the qualifying for the Cup Series?
Oh, for the Cup Series.
It was a complete debacle.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you think that's why all these guys, I mean, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart, I can't remember all of them, but there was like 7, 8 cars to start. And no, we know why Harvick blew an engine. Whole bunch of big dogs started at the back of the field because they never even got out there to qualify.
Yeah, I know. I think
earlier? I mean, what happened there?
What I think happened was his inspection took too long.
Well, they failed, is what happened. And they got turned around, and when you get turned around, you have time to fix the failure, and then you have to get the back of the line. So I don't know that inspection actually was what did it, as opposed to the teams playing with that fine line.
Yeah.
And fell on the wrong side of it. Actually, I believe Darrell Waltrip said it. That what they did is they were trying to get as close to the rule as possible, but unfortunately fell a little too far over.
Yeah.
So they went back to fix whatever it was. And again, actually, I believe Darrell Waltrip is the one that said it, that they're not measuring with measuring tapes anymore, like in his day. It's all being done with laser, and laser is not going to fail. It's going to find every last mistake.
Exactly.
So you have to be real careful about it. I guess basically what you were saying, and I have to agree with, is that they did it to themselves. You tried to push the limit. You pushed it too far. A system that is not going to fail to miss your cheating caught you, so you never got to qualify. But of course, look what happened.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson won the race anyway. And I have to admit, that was a very, you know me, I'm not a big JJ fan, but I don't dislike him. I think he's an incredible driver, he's an incredible team. But, wow. And where did he come from? Almost last to win the race, and not just win the race, but towards the end there was dominant. He just couldn't catch him.
Yeah, exactly, I know.
So yeah, very, very well deserved win, without a doubt. And I'm sure I got beat up in the points thing, but we're going to be going to that very soon.
Yep.
So yeah, I already covered the Xfinity cars being very similar. And one thing they pointed out too is that I don't know if you caught it, but they were talking about it all weekend. That if David Reagan wins in the 18 car,
Yeah.
Kyle Busch comes back, David Reagan is still going to the chase.
Yeah, in his own car. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either until they pointed it out.
Well, but my curiosity though, what ride is David Reagan going to have? I mean, I'm sure that he's going to probably get like 20 offers because everybody wants to go on the chase.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really kind of weird. I mean, can he pick up? I don't know. Let's say Danica Patrick doesn't make it into the chase. Okay. Does that mean that Tony Stewart can make an agreement with David Reagan to put Danica Patrick aside and take Reagan into the chase with the 10 car?
I don't think so because Danica's under contract, technically.
Yeah, but that's between them. That's not by the rules.
No, I know that, but technically Stewart and Danica have a contract to, no matter what happens, Danica's in the car. Fans would probably be upset if, let's say, a diehard Danica Patrick fan, let's say my little sister is a diehard Danica Patrick fan. Oh, sorry, she's not in the car the next 10 weeks because David Reagan got put in. Well, she's not a fan anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, she might not be. She'd probably still be a fan of the driver, but just not the team.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. It left a lot open.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. There's a lot of possibilities there, where just about anybody can grab them up. Hey, even including Joe Gibbs. Leave him in.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kyle sits out the season, which I would hate to see, but I guess it's a possibility, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, it was pretty crazy. I did want to point out one last thing to you before we go into the rest of this. We had discussed Kurt Busch last week.
Yes.
And you and my father said that, yes, he had been charged.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Okay, I thought you did, but he has not. He has now started the reading, so if it looks like I'm looking down, it's because I am. He has now started the process of reinstatement to get his NASCAR license back. And I still disagree with what NASCAR did, because the bottom line is it's alleged, and no charges, zero, I'm reading it right now, have been pressed. There were never any charges pressed. And what NASCAR is doing at the current moment is upping the difficulty for him to be reinstated with his NASCAR license. I just literally read it. That comes from David Higdon, NASCAR's vice president.
Oh, yes.
Integrated marketing communication.
That's unbelievable.
You know what it said? Well, again, I go back to it's wrong. This is America. We are innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. So I think they overstood their boundaries. And that's about all I can say so they don't get mad at us.
All right. So that on that note, we'll move on to the points championship. Here we go. Here are the winning picks for Atlanta. Art had Joey Logano. Trooper had Tony Stewart. Dave had Brad Keselowski. Justin had Jeff Gordon. Joe had Dale Earnhardt Jr. Devin, me, had Jimmy Johnson. And Kristen had Kevin Harvick. What?
He's a cheater.
Alright, here's how things shook out. Art got 5th and 2nd, equaling 10 points. Trooper got 3rd, equaling 6. Dave got 4th, equaling 4 points. Justin got 0. Joe got 0. I got the win. And my winning pick was the actual winner, so I had an additional 5 points added. And then Kristen got 0. Let's look at the official standings real quick. Whoops. See, this is the one thing I liked about having the way we set it up after the Sprint Unlimited. The us being able to jump around so much. I'm not just saying that because I went from 6th to 3rd, but I don't know.
I only lost. Not bad.
Yeah, you only lost one position. So here are the standings. Art is the leader with 46 points. Joe Trooper, is in second with 21 points. He is 25 points behind Art. I am in third with 18. I am 28 points behind Art. Dave is.
It possible for any of us to catch that?
What?
No, I said, is it going to be possible for any one of us to catch that? I think that the bonus points or whatever it was you did there that gave him too many points might have been too much, a little exaggerated. Because
Well,
Troop has been doing really well, and he's only got 21 points.
yeah, exactly.
He's still less than half of your grandpa.
We'll get him, okay?
The Godfather.
We'll have, who knows? Grandpa might make an error in picking, and he might get penalized. Who knows?
Penalized? Wait, we got penalties now?
You didn't see the disciplinary paper?
No.
Jeez, get with it. Okay, here are the standings. Dave is in 4th with 10 points. He is 36 points behind Art. I am in... Justin is in 5th with 6 points, 40 points behind Art. Joe is in 6th with 5 points, 41 points behind Art. And Kristen's in 7th with 2 points, 44 points behind Art. And the top 3, Art, Trooper, and I, all have wins. So far, we've had different winners across the board for every race, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to say on the points championship before we go to the final lap?
Yeah, stop making new rules.
You know what? I'm done.
Hey, when you say that they have wins, you, Trooper, and Art, you're referring to actual winners?
Like
chosen winners?
No, I'm referring to Art had the highest for the Sprint Unlimited. Joe had the most points for the 500. I had the most points for the Atlanta race.
Okay. So yellow means that you are in the chase.
Yes. That, the standings.
You had to actually be the winner to guarantee your position, but okay.
No, we're not doing it like NASCAR, how if you win, you're in. It's just going to be come chase time. The most people, the one person with the most wins is going to be first, and then so on. Okay?
Okay. Oh, I'm all set.
Okay, here we go. Final lap. Supercross has finally made it to the final lap. I've decided to throw it on there since it's a topic of ours. They will race 7 p.m. on Saturday on Fox Sports 1. They are in Daytona. That's when the race starts. Coverage might start earlier. IndyCar is off till March 29th. Formula One's off till March 15th, which is only 13 days away, actually. Global Rallycross is off till May 31st, which is a lot more days than 13 away. Tour de United Sports Car is off till March 21st. The Camping Road Truck Series is off till March 28th. The Xfinity Series will race in Las Vegas this Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports 1. And the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will take all the drivers there, will take their gamble at trying to win in Vegas. That coverage starts 3 p.m. on Fox. That is on Sunday. One of our friends that one of my mom's work friends is going to Vegas for the race, so I'm going to try to hook him up with using his phone to take videos and stuff like that, so this way we have coverage at the race. Why not?
That'd be cool. Lucky dog.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to do it for our final lap. Any final thoughts on this weekend or this show, and also looking ahead to Vegas?
I think we've covered a ton. And I do want to apologize for unfortunately having to do it this way, but I'm not coming over there and getting your little sister sick or anything like that. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure I'll be fine. I am feeling better, but I'm also pumped up on cold medicine.
Okay.
Actually, Steve, I'm swallowing. I had to wipe my nose. That's why you saw me cover the camera.
Well, luckily we were on the final lap slide at that point. But hopefully you get better for next week, because what?
I'll be fine by next week.
All right. Well, I want you sitting here next week, not there or there.
I prefer that. I don't even like the way I look on this. Like I have to look down, so it's like my eyes are closed. Blah blah. I can go on for an hour and a half. I don't like this. I would rather be sitting next to you. So.
All right. So that's going to do it for this week's show. Make sure to join us next week when we recap the race in Las Vegas. Being that it's a late start time, our show next week won't be released till Wednesday because we'll probably film the race on Monday because it's a late...
Show you.
Yeah, the show. So until... until we see each other for next week's show, have a good night, everybody. Enjoy your week. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and always we are available at racinghotspot@gmail.com. Send us your questions, comments. Just make sure you identify yourself. This way it doesn't look like I'm getting spam in my inbox. So until we see each other for next week's show, have a good week, everybody, and goodbye.
Good night, all. I'll see you from the studio next week.